Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. I'm Matt. We're free for you all here on Angamunda, I believe it's called, which is a free vanilla map. That's good for the players. Represent the allies. We are on the Western Front. We have Mthis as Ranger Company for the United States of America. We have Fortune Blouse as Royal Commander Regiment with annual specialization. Ooh, for the Commonwealth. And we have Storm 60, also as the Commonwealth, without a commander choice yet, however. Representing the Axis, we have Mega Pyfer as the Wehrmacht without a command choice. Oh, wait, they just went Leichter. Never mind. We have Eugen as Panzer Tactics for die Waffen SS. And we have Professor, also as Leichter. Double Leichter. Well, I suppose the Germans are going to have a lot of potential good armor late game if they can survive that long. Let's see. Meanwhile, we just have the British Commando section swimming up. Well, this is technically rifle sections, but they're number 4 Commando. So, kind of thing. Storm 60 still not picked anything, but it looks like the rifle sections are going to secure their flank pretty safely. First, you have to find the center between the two construction buildings, or whatever these buildings are called. Here comes the Commander section, the rifle section. There'll be a lot of potential firepower from those Lee Enfields. At least someone is already thinking that, well, there's a little bit of casual talk going on here, by the looks of it. I don't think those Storm Pioneers are going to last long in that building with all the fire coming our way. We also have a squad of Hitler Youth on the field, so cheaper unit you can get if you're playing as a Panzer. Here comes a bunch of rifle sections. We also have the Pioneers of the Wehrmacht here to hold them alongside the Volksgrenadiers in the building. Let's see if the rifle sections can win up this long-range firefight, which is the kind of fight they actually want to have. They are superior at long range compared to most German infantry. The center's falling in the hands of the Allies. American riflemen are sitting up here, but they've not taken the connection point yet. You probably should think about doing, because that munitions is not being connected at the moment. We'll have the firefights continuing up here. I think the British are doing this with minimal losses so far. Only a Sapper has lost some units. But we do have a Kulwang and an MG42 here for the Leichter Division. And the more Volksgrenadiers coming up. I think the Germans could actually turn this around. But the Germans need to stick to cover. And knock them out in the open. Ooh, Kugelwagen lost its gun on there. But we also have a command choice. I think that's Royal Tank or Royal Armored. I think it's Royal Tank, let me check. Yeah, that's indeed Royal Tank with hammer specialization. Ooh, that's going to be a very potent combination late game. That's a grenade coming away, I think. Except they're not throwing it, it's bugged out. That happens sometimes. Also, the Kugelwagen is ready again. Moving up for some more pot shots. They have to pull that Kugelwagen back again. Meanwhile, the Allies are holding up here. Oh, looks like the Wehrmacht did an assault down here. I missed. But now the US riflemen are able to kill them. Oh, that's not good. But the thing about the US riflemen, I think they got nerfed somewhat now that they have an upgrade they need to get from one of the structures here. Find it. I'm not sure what it's called, but essentially they need to get a specific upgrade in order to act fully as riflemen in the previous patch. Like early game, they're not as overwhelming. That said, they're still good. Like, riflemen are just still overall good, so nothing bad about them. Okay, going inside the building, the Germans evacuated that. We have an MG42 coming onto the field here for the Wehrmacht. And Germans are secured the cutoff point here, so the Allies are denied their munitions. Thin guns, silenced thin guns are being handed out to the rifle sections. Always an interesting one to see. I believe it means they can suppress, or make the targets easier to suppress. Huh. Not really an expert on how the silencers work for this. Meanwhile, we have the Germans sitting up with a grenadier in the building there. MG42 swinging around, probably plan to sit up here. Obviously, there's a Vickers and a tank hunter section inside this building. The British have this area kind of locked down. Oh, we also have some Commandos now, a recon team. Really good, interesting unit that can do a lot of work if you get them behind enemy lines. The thing is getting them behind enemy lines. Oh, they're waiting for the instant grade here to pop on the Pioneers. Here they go. Now they're moving in afterwards. Good to see the Commandos being utilized. I rarely see Commandos used probably in a recorded game. I like Commandos, they're really cool.
Ready to set up a new forward base.
Yeah, the Germans are setting up with the MG42 here. This should be out of range of the British. Indeed it is. Or we also have an LMG42 on the Grenadier. Give them some mobile firepower. MP40 is being handed out to the Fox Grenadier. Oh, and a flamethrower. Very good choice. That'll help deal with that building if they can get close to it. Often that's just enough. You even have a flamethrower on the Hitler Youth at the moment. Another one getting an MG44. Mortar also coming up for the Waffen-SS, so they're preparing for something. Commando lost one of their members, drastically reducing their firepower. Needs to be very cautious of their members. If they can sneak one behind the enemy lines, they can do a lot of problems for the Germans, in honesty. Because in the center is just causing issues. Hitler for trying to get close, but they're not gonna get in range there. Oh, they were trying to throw an incendiary grenade, but it didn't get off. Hitler Youth was taking heavy losses here. Bunker being set up here by the Wehrmacht. And the Germans are fortifying a little bit. They're trying to find an opening, I imagine. We also have a lieutenant, or lieutenant, arriving here for the British in their universal carrier. And the universal carrier has been upgraded with a wasp afterwards, a flamethrower. That made that quite potent. Because the British are gearing up for an assault. Americans are just holding up down here. Because they have been delegated to holding the southern flank while the British do most of the work in this industrial area. Just here for support. Just have an Aufklar here for the Wehrmacht. No longer have their sharpshooter weapon, if you've been following the previous patches. Now have a Gewehr 43 as of the new patch. But they're not marksmen anymore, you now actually have to use them as recon and not actual marksman units. Reverse carrier getting close here. Ooh, that's gonna be dangerous. Oh, yeah, they're burning the Grenadier. Ooh, rifle grenade though hits the universal carrier. And great hitting it. It's immobilized though. And that's now a flamethrower on it. Decrewing it. And the enemy now have the mortar shells landing here from the Waffen-SS. We also have a command half-track. And Panzer Grenadier surviving here for one of the Wehrmacht players. They're just sticking in on the southern flank. Artillery going in on the northern Wehrmacht position. Didn't do a lot of damage. Oh, but the rifle section got inside the building here on the flank. Rifle sections are very dangerous. The Baldaladung going out though. And that might be the end of that building. And the squad, actually just the squad, not the building. The MP40 armed storm pioneers inside the building. They're just trying to put some fire in here in the Fort HQ set up by the British Commonwealth. Not the easiest fight. The rifle section moving out there, but they've been cut down. Grenade going out though, right on those Grenadier. Ooh, good Mills bomb. Ooh, Kubelwagen got shut down here by the lieutenant. They also have the MKB, I believe, MKB-42 here on the Panzer Grenadier. So unique weapon available to them on the Panzer Grenadier squad and like that. Generally a very decent weapon, basically just a Sturmgewehr, just the precursor of it. With the Balladung did some damage there. Pineapple grenade going in on the Panzer Grenadiers. Probably have to get out of that. They can pop a smoke grenade, but now there's one guy left. Don't think it's gonna last long. Overall, the Wehrmacht on the southern flank has lost a lot of units. They're down to just a Volksgrenadier infantry wise, but it laid up a lot of bunkers though. You know, bunkers do take up population cap now as of the new patch. They're not just free population wise. Or 200 Grenadiers here holding down fire. Half-class man to secure the point. And MG42 sitting up back here. Because King is shots into the bunker. If the bunker gets to below 75% health, it will lose its gunner now. The bunker's not the best anymore. There's still the MG42 though. Ooh, and we might see the gunner get killed here. Yeah, there we go, gunner killed. So now the bunker's kind of useless. I suppose it's soaking up shots. Ooh, good flank there from the assault engineers, but they have to pull back because they both got suppressed. ND34 trying to get some shots in here. Half-Truck probably has to call in an artillery strike in this area, I feel. We also have some commandos on the field now. I believe that's an assault section. Or assault team. Armed with silent stim guns at the moment. Water shells are going to start landing. Oh, that's smoke. Ooh, and more rifle sections. Oh, well, Germans are dying up here. Rifle sections are pushing up again. But now there are Panzer Grenadiers nearby. And they're getting inside the building! That might be the problem with these Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, the Brits mowing them down out in the open. Man, rifle sections are dangerous. They need to get rid of that building. That's just a dangerous thing to put it. Oh, the Mthis is pushing up in the center now. Using the fact that the MG is gone. Trying to utilize the building and all its windows, basically. 4 HQ's also on fire. Artillery being called in here by the command half-track. We have an MT-34 inside here with the Hitler Youth, but I think they're taking too much damage at the moment. He had shots going in. Hitler Youth pulling out. We also have Hitler Youth pushing up here. Lots of Hitler Youth on the field today. I guess or you can just go for some cheaper infantry, which is not a bad idea. Having some cheaper units in your Storm Grenadiers can actually be useful in a long engagement, because it's not as hard on your attrition. Like if you happen to lose them. Also, it just means you're using more of your unique stuff for your commander, which is always good to see. I like to see people using their commander-specific units. Oh, we also have the New Zealanders calling here, a unique battle group available to the British tank, arriving in a half-track at the moment. Need to see how that turns out for him. There is a pack ready for the northern flank for the Wehrmacht, though. Artillery going in around here. The West British setting the building aflame, though, so that denies it, actually. They're going in around here. It looks like they wanted to try and get rid of the command half-track, which did die, actually. And not looking good here at all. We also have an officer here for the Commandos. And a lieutenant. Oh, there! Oh! The New Zealanders did a little bit of a push up here, but the pack managed to turn in time. But now they're moving up with their Mills bombs. That's double Mills bomb! Doing a lot of damage. Flamethrowers attack grounding though around the wreck. White phosphorus grenades!
We have lost an MG team.
Ooh, that's very dangerous to put all that white phosphorus there. Wehrmacht is still holding on here alongside the Mthis. Southern flank, though, I think could get easily overrun, though. Yeah, they've already lost some gunners down here, which could just allow the Allies to move in if they keep this going. They already have a half-track here arriving with the Ranger squad. Might be what the Americans were waiting for. Just drive through the bunker line. Not that there's anyone manning them anymore. The lieutenant is trying to move here alongside some assault engineers. Building collapses now to the fire. Mortars trying to fight against the Allied mortars, but there's a fair few amount of Allied mortars at the moment. You also have the Commandos slowly creeping up with sandbags. This is a fire team being upgraded with double Bren. That make them very lethal at long range. Here comes the half-track with the Rangers. Ooh, but there's a pack though in this part of the map. It's a pack 38. Still pretty decent. The Rangers had to jump out of there quick. Let's see. Wehrmacht has prepared a half-track up here. Panzer is being armed with MP40s. Looks like they're going on the assault. There's a British AT gun, however. That's not going to be good for a half-track. Ooh, they managed to dodge it. That was a gammon bomb, I think. And these assault brigades have gammon bombs. Wow, that's dangerous. The Americans are pushing up along the flank now. Lots of Hitler Youth for pushing up. The Commandos and Rangers also pushing up as well in the center. Oh, good throws there. Rain assault going out as well. Killing the SS officer. And not looking good at all. Yeah, but they're still able to hold up here despite everything. That's a lot of work done. They are able to get the Fahrzeug color, so we might see some vehicles coming out shortly. Which could help. Pillboxes are being set up instead. That might last a lot longer than the bunkers would. They're trying to repair the bunkers so they can get their gunners back. There we go, gunners back because we got enough health. I think that's a good idea with the bunkers, because that means you actually have to keep them topped off. And actually support it, because one lone bunker's not going to do much with just one gunner in it. Pillbox set up there. That's a commando bunker, actually. Might see some Italians called in then if this keeps going. Oh, we also have a commando sniper team. This will be equipped with the silenced sniper rifle. Or the carbine that's silenced. The Realism or something? I'm not sure what it's called. We have an American plane coming over. Oh, British plane actually, dropping some fuel. We also have an A2 Sherman already arriving here for the Rangers. So the Sherman, so the Allies are gonna get ready for a big push, I'd wager. The little mortar attacks are called in now for the Wehrmacht. Try and supplement the front line. Or mortar attack would do better in a mortar-to-mortar fight. Simply because it's armored, so it's less prone to being hit by shrapnel. Although if a mortar hits directly on it, it should still die, so... More Panzer Brigadiers called in as well in the open blitz. Now preparing some mines, good to see. But they've been spotted trying to lay them. So just overall laying mines is a very good idea for the Germans. Oh, that might be their squad though. Yeah, Commandos moved up. Very cheeky Commandos here. They were trying to cut wire. Okay, they were trying to make openings. Might have been a misclick. We never know. Rifle sections are pushing up rapidly. It's only a Fox Grenadier with a flamethrower here. Grenadiers with MT-42 is pushing up, however. But they have to get around an area with no cover. There we go, they got behind cover, but that might be too late. Flamethrower gets some shots in though. Ooh, that commander needs to be cautious. Flamethrower could hit him and that would mean he dies. Oh, he's attack grounding, that's a satchel charge. But the Germans can just dodge that. Germans need some more troops up there somehow. They are getting a Panzer IV-G though. Would help. Germans are pushing in on the other flag. Flag Brigade has to work very hard here. Good penetration. The United States infantry is pushing up. Bungus is trying to get some shots in. But the Shermans are now pushing up again. The mortar shell stands lands, so the American infantry is pulling back. Panzer truck might hit here if it's lucky. Nope, hits the ground. Meanwhile, the New Zealanders have pushed up here. Ooh, the Germans are lacking his troops, but the Panzer IV-G could hopefully turn it around. Looks like the mortar have to actually relocate northwards to support. I believe the Panzer IV-G is the one you can arm with high explosives, which is exactly what I think they need at the moment. Yes, it is. This is the one that can be turned into an anti-infantry weapon. Which is unique to light tank, I'm pretty sure. Yep, and it's already switched to high explosives. Very good. It's probably what the lighted forces need up there. Firefight in the center will lead to fall that Panzer IV-G when it gets to the front. As the British have called in a Churchill, however, which the Panzer IV-G does not stand a chance against, I feel. Here comes the G. Oh yeah, good high explosive shield right there. You do have an AT gun pushing up, however. Good penetration there from the AT gun.
Artillery position ready to fire on contested sectors.
Looks like the AT will get out of there. On a forward HQ set up here. Looks like the Sherman's Sherman Mark 5 is mounting up here as well. The Allies are going to prepare for a big push, it looks like. The Germans have been unable to get any armored presence up, apart from that Panzer IV-G. I don't think it's going to be that long now for the Allies before they can just pull through. Now, I have seen people come back from worse situations though, so I should probably never say never. German's going to be a very hard thing here. Southern German flank needs some more equipment. Germans have been forced to pull back. They actually lose one to the Panzerschreck. Medic station is being prepared here so they can heal up. Oh, the mortar half-tanks have been flanked here by the Mark 5 and some Commandos. Churchills slowly pushing up. Also the G's to switch to AP shells. Oh, that's going to be a very risky place to be. That's a lot of Brits and, well, New Zealanders. Oh, that Commander needs to get out of there, and he will. Churchill's preparing to make a move. He could just drive up on the G. The G does not have any capabilities of fighting a Churchill, I feel. Of course, it's there's some troops here waiting with Panzerfaust behind the building, so there's always that. Oh, the Italians were called in, but they quickly pulled back as well. Or Hitler Youth being called in to hold up the sender. Lots of Hitler Youth, but they will help, or you can just give a field presence without having to lose stuff like Storm Grenadiers. They are the cheaper solution, just keeping a field presence. But the Commander Lieutenant is calling in an artillery strike here, forcing the Waffen-SS to move. But they quickly pull back with their Pak 38. Churchill is still around. White phosphorus shell, ooh. Almost killing that Grenadier squad entirely. We have a Pak 40 arriving, however. Full force grenades from down in the open. Full penetration on the G. Oh, critical there hit though from that G though. So it's not too bad. Oh, looks like the Waffen-SS was trying to flank the Panzerschreck, but that might be too much fire coming our way. Yeah, that was way too much fire. The Americans are pushing up again the center here. But, lots of Rangers have been pulled in apparently. Another Sherman falls though.
A medium tank was just lost.
The pillbox should be bulletproof, so they need explosives to deal with that.
We have a forward structure under attack.
But we have Rangers. Throwing a smoke grenade. Probably gonna satchel with the others one, except they've already used their ability, but they will have the satchel ready soon. Hitler, you've got a flamethrower trying to push up here in the smoke. Bringing an incendiary grenade, probably. That was an incendiary grenade. Commandos are pushing up through now, though. Using the rail yard. Italians are being pushed forward, but they're gonna get mowed down by the Commandos.
We have lost a squad.
And the Italians are getting completely shot to pieces here. Or that they all died, and now the other Wehrmacht players are about to lose all their units here. The Wehrmacht on the northern flank is still trying to hold on. We do see a Tiger tank being pulled out by the
We have a forward structure under attack.
which could potentially turn it around somewhat if they're lucky. Yeah, seeing a Panzer IV arriving for the other like the player though.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
You need something built?
Germans are definitely not in the best position at the moment, it looks like. The box is still just standing around being a bullet sponge. There's been no push on the southern flank though.
Panzer IV. The enemy is
Like
attacking.
the Allies could very easily prepare a push down there, but they're not gonna do that. Smoke shields are going in. For some reason. Churchills and Mark 5s are preparing to push. Good to be manning that pack because they need the pack operational. Got a Panzer IV G in the fields. And a Panzer IV H arriving. The Tiger tank will soon be here as well. That might be exactly what the Axis needs. Ooh, not the best position for a Panzer IV G. H is trying to push up here, but they are Piats. Why is the H pushing so far forward? And looks like they left. Okay. Yeah, okay. That is, they definitely did not really play the best they could, but I hope they were learning at least. Important to learn.
We have lost a Panzer.
Tiger tank showing up though.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Need to see if the AI now tries to focus on the other parts of the flank. Instead of everything being up here. But the Tiger tank will definitely be a harder nut to crack for the Allies. I don't think they have a lot of stuff that can actually fight a Tiger at the moment. I guess a Churchill technically could, but the 75mm Shermans certainly cannot. We do have Commandos though with Piats, so... We almost have some Panzerjägers in the field here. Land matches on the field, that might be what the British were needing. Try and deal with the Tiger. Just the entrenched Germans at this point.
It's done. The enemy is attacking one of our forward
All
buildings.
still hitting the bunkers down there.
Stand by, crew.
We usually open another flank on the southern portion that the Axis are not covering at the moment. Ooh, Churchill's moving up. Looks like it's become a command Churchill.
Anti-tank gun has our range.
White Phosphor shield loaded. Oh, it cancelled it. Oh, there it goes.
Anti-tank gun eliminated.
Oh, not good, definitely G. Tiger tank is relocated northwards to that northern road. They definitely need to have the Tiger ready to face the Churchill wherever it is. Problem is, that's now Churchill Crocodile as well. Double Churchill. Not easy. The Americans are preparing for a push potentially on the southern flank here. After pushing up to get some sight. Yeah, Germans need an idea what's going on, and the After is definitely helping. It makes them know that all this is here, ready and waiting for them. So the southern Wehrmacht's AI is at least trying to push here. At least there's some more field presence down there compared to before. Tiger tank is just waiting. Dexton's arriving now for the British, so they're preparing to shell the enemy before advancing. Mark 5s are pushing up.
Are we going hunting?
Also did some mines. Okay, they really worked ahead here. Or fought ahead.
Ready. All ship shape and Bristol
Preparing
fashion.
for the eventual case if they do get pushed back. The Americans also pushing down up through the southern flank now. Very little is stopping them.
We have a forward structure under attack. The frontier building has been lost.
Random rockets also landing around. That's the land matches actually, and you can see how inaccurate rocket artillery is now. Which I think is a good change. It's not as pinpoint accurate anymore. It's much more widespread for suppression. That's kind of the idea of rocket artillery. We're targeting to the southern flank, probably a desperation move because the Americans. Ooh, Tiger missed. That might be the opening the Churchills were waiting for. Oh, we do a Panzerwerfer. Rockets going in from the Panzerwerfer around here. Definitely did some damage. Not a white phosphorus shield. Tiger has prepared to move again, I think, because Churchill is advancing. Panzerfaust. This doesn't penetrate. Panzerwerfer goes down. And now we have the Crocodile as well. And the Churchills are driving up the road now. The Tiger has to relocate quick. Tiger's preparing to go in the move, but there is a Sherman on the flank here. Panzerfaust going out. And they manage to flamethrower the Crocodile, which will slow it down. Crocodile goes down. That's a big loss. And because of that, the command Churchill is trying to back off. Second Tiger tank is being prepared by the Mthis, which could be exactly what they need. Because 2 Tigers is better than 1. Well, the AI is trying to push in the southern flank here against the United States, which I don't think is going to work well. Man, Churchill still being quite a problem here at the front line. That's both a tank officer and a big SK, although big as go. And also the track arms. This thing is just a beast at the moment. That is also a command vehicle, which you can assign to one, is also a very good thing for it. Sexton is opening fire. Oh, they're trying to aim for the Tiger, I think. But a Croc is being prepared. When a land mattress is now firing. This could be so much more widespread now. Ooh, that rocket did some damage though. And just Shiver Mark 5s are pushing up. Commandos coming up behind them. And that's a lot of firepower coming this way, and a lot of elite infantry. Drone Panzer trying to get a strike off. He actually manages it and gets killed. But he has a second Tiger tank. And here comes the Churchill again. The Tigers going into battle positions. Be cautious though. The other Tiger's moving in for a flank. Tiger's still holding on with its armor here. What a Tiger's engine got overheated though. Thing is, the Churchill has so high frontal armor though, so it's even hard for the Tiger to penetrate. But the Churchill cannot penetrate the Tiger easy either. You did see a penetration there though, didn't do a lot of damage. Oh, a Piet shot's hit though. And there goes Tiger down. Germans are trying to flank the other Tiger. And this Tiger is still in a problem because its engine is damaged. Piet shots hits but doesn't penetrate. One Sherman goes down there though. Book popped. Down bombs going out from the Commandos. Hits it. Hits and hurts it quite a bit actually. Churchill got a penetration shot there from the Tiger. It actually takes out the command Churchill. Oh, but Bazooka then hits the Tiger and killing it. At this point they call it GG, I guess it makes sense. The allies are kind of overwhelming at this point. That he gets the final shot off. Oh, I have to be only extra one. Bye bye.